I'd like to call the meeting to order.
So if anyone has it broadcasting on their phone, it's gonna do that. Because we did a dry run and that made a difference. No?
I don't do that. I'm not doing my phone.
Okay, much better.
Okay. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Lisa, would you please keep the roll?
Director Seaver? Here. Director Rice? Here. Director Karati Simon? Here. Director Sauter? Here. Director Lappy? Here. Board Chair Rahman?
Here.
Superintendent Norman?
Here.
Okay, meeting's called to order. We have a quorum. Item 2 is public comment. Is there anybody who wishes to address the board? Seeing none. Moving on to item 3, recognition of guests or visitors, and I don't see anybody out there. Okay, item 4, the agenda. We have some changes to the agenda. Under personnel, item I is a motion to approve Timothy Nelson's lane change request from MA BA plus 40 per semester to BA MA plus 60 quarter to MA plus 10, BA plus 50 for semester, BA MA plus 15, BA plus 75 for quarter, effective January 24th, 2022. Item J is a motion to approve the hire of Jennifer Showalter, assistant cheerleading coach, effective January 24th, 2022. And under administrative business, item G is a motion to approve the collective bargaining agreement between ISD number 695 and Education Minnesota Chisholm Local 1276 for the periods of July 1, 2021 through June 30th, 2023, and July 1, 2024 through June 30th, 2025. And also under administrative business, item H is a motion to approve the addition to the Schedule C professional development compensation. Okay. And then also under discussion, superintendent's evaluation. We'll just go through that, and I have some ideas, but I want to entertain yours. Okay. So, okay. Hearing all the changes to the agenda, do we have a motion to approve as amended?
So made.
Motion is by Cindy. Is there a support? Support by Danielle. Okay. Any comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 5, a motion to approve the minutes of the January 10th, 2022 regular meeting. Motion by Clarice. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Shelley. Any comments or questions on those minutes?
I had sent some corrections to Lisa. And some
Okay.
mix up with the policy numbers there. She straightened them out and
Okay.
that was taken care of, so that was about it.
Okay. All right. So we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of that meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 6 is report, superintendent's report. Adrian.
Just want to give you an update on our professional development day. We did district-wide ALICE training in the AM, and then the secondary focused on Schoology, while the elementary buildings, the NLC provided a special ed training. Had a lot of positive feedback about the ALICE training, and would like to continue pursuing in the fall some more in-service opportunities with them. And then we'll have to get a committee together and take a look at just our handbook and how we do emergency procedures if we adopt ALICE as our primary when it comes to emergencies of that nature. And so overall, I'd say it went fairly well, and I think it's something that we should continue to provide PD around. Any questions on that? We had to move the camera in the gymnasium that broadcasts our games virtually, and it kept busting and focusing on one point on the floor, and in volleyball, it couldn't track the ball, and it was getting hit during PE and other times during the day, and so we had it moved, and I watched and I thought it went fine. So that just happened last week. There will be an updated notice like we were chatting about earlier about the conferences, just because we need to clarify that dates and times, just because the secondary added that additional contact day with students. So that'll be going out shortly. I met with the principals about that, and they sent emails to their staff today, and they'll be sending a notice out in the near future. Joe and I have been meeting with Aptigee on a regular basis, and Joe feels our new website and app possibly could launch next month. So we've got it to a point where we were able to test it and try some different things, and he's added a whole bunch of documents and all of our policies, and the calendar is updated on there. And now we just need to go through one more training to make sure everything syncs and talks to itself. And then we're gonna do one more dump of a batch load of all of our phone extensions and things like that. And if we can test it and get it to run, maybe at one of our upcoming working sessions, I'll have you guys try it by downloading the app on your phone, and we'll give it a dry run. So those are the things that I had for updates for you, and sorry it didn't make it onto the agenda. I didn't get it to Lisa in time, so blame me.
Any questions for Adrian? Okay, thank you. Okay, item 7 is correspondence, and we have none. Item 8 is the consent agenda. A is the certified staff seniority list, which is attachment 2 in your packet. And item B is the non-certified staff seniority list, which is attachment 3 in your packet. Do you have any questions on those lists? Grace?
Travis Rocky, now, does this include the time he's been gone, or this is before he comes back? This is where he is without his return yet.
I believe that to be true.
His return.
His return will be activated upon next fall, so it'll be on the next,
Okay, because we haven't taken board action, have we yet? We haven't
not that I've been.
done anything yet that he's requested to come back and accepted early his leave of absence to come back yet. You haven't brought that back to the board yet.
So I received the letter. We had a working session
Put
regarding
it
it.
out so we take official action on it
Okay,
to accept
we will add that to
next.
Wednesdays.
Wednesday.
We have a working session. We can do it there.
No, we can't take action at a working session.
So
It has to be at a regular board meeting.
I was
So
referring
let's
to,
put
you
it
said
on the
you
next
wanted the board
agenda.
to see the letter.
Let's put it on the next agenda for the next board
Sure.
meeting. We have plenty of time,
Okay.
and then it'll allow the members to see the letter and see what's
Because he
going on.
has to have a letter to anyone who's on a leave has to request to come back before February or whatever. And the board has to take action on it.
Okay. He has sent that letter.
I was gonna say, he did send the letter.
Yeah, he did notify the district promptly, you know, enough time, but the board has to take the correct action on it.
Okay. Any other questions on the list? Okay. So I'm looking for a motion to approve the consent agenda with the 2 items noted.
So made.
Motion by Jackie, is there support?
Support.
Support by Cindy. Okay, any other comments or questions? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, moving on to action portion of our agenda. Item 9 is personnel. Okay, item A, motion to approve the posting of an assistant volleyball coach effective August 15th, 2022. We have a motion.
So made.
Motion by Jackie, is there support?
Support.
Support by Shelley. Comments or questions? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Item B, a motion to approve the posting of an assistant baseball coach effective March 21st, 2022. We have a motion.
Support.
Motion by Shelley
Oh,
and
Danielle.
support by Clarice. Any comments or questions?
Shelley, did you make the motion? Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Item C, motion to approve the hiring of Donald Lalonde IV to job number 184, paraprofessional, high school, effective January 24th, 2022, upon completion of background and necessary paperwork. Do we have a motion?
So made.
Jackie made the motion,
Support.
support by Clarice. Any comments or questions?
Is this his son or?
Is it, is it
Yeah,
his son?
yep, and he's got some experience, he's got,
Oh,
in a different district upstate, and then.
At first, we were all like, well, no, what the heck? Wasn't he just retiring
I
or
was a little
something?
concerned about, he's leaving and then, he wants to come back. Okay,
Then I saw the fourth.
The
and I was
fourth.
like,
I
oh, no,
saw
I
that.
don't think that's him.
okay. Okay, so we have a motion and a second to approve the hiring of Donald Lalonde IV to the paraprofessional position. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
5:14.
And it's 5:15.
Started looking at the TV clock. In the middle of Chisholm, just 5:14. I don't know.
What's really great is like I have 2 computers and one is 1 minute behind, so my alerts come
It's
up
15 anyway, it says on my Apple Watch,
so bad.
Can't see that
I think it
either.
should be the same, don't you?
Give me a sundial.
Go
How about
ahead.
that? Okay, item D, a motion to approve the hiring of Zachary Conway Zieg to job number 184, paraprofessional in the high school, effective January 24th, 2022, upon completion of background and necessary paperwork. We have a motion.
Make the motion.
Motion is by Danielle. Is there a support? Support by Jackie. Comments or questions? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. It's 5:17. Item E, a motion to accept the resignation of Bailey Kohler, paraprofessional, Chisholm Elementary, effective February 4th, 2022. We have a motion.
Support.
Motion is by Jackie, support by Shelley.
Yeah.
Comments or questions? Sad to lose her.
Yeah, she's
She was good, yeah. Okay, all those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Item F, a motion to post job number 189, paraprofessional district-wide, effective January 19th, 2022. We have a motion. Motion by Cindy. Is there a support?
Daniel,
Danielle. Adrian.
cart horse, we might have to pull the next one. Yep, okay.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to post job number 189 for paraprofessional district-wide.
Is this for next school year, or what is this for? Immediately, or when is it?
Current vacancies.
Whose position is this now?
What would be?
The letter E, so that needed to be posted to fill that.
Okay, and then the other ones that we just hired, there were 3 openings and we just filled 2 of them?
So we've had somebody out on leave, that'll be the rest of the year. And then we just hired a parent to take a teaching position, so we've been short 1 all year at the high school, but currently short 2 until tomorrow. And we'll be back where we should be at the high school, so.
And Bailey's here anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, correct.
So the district-wide, she could be used or he could be used in any
All
building.
right,
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so we have the motion and a second to post job number 189, district-wide paraprofessional. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item G, we're going to pull from the agenda. Okay. Okay, item A. A motion to approve the co-head coach position for boys swimming 2022 swimming season. Donald Quirk, 75%, and Brady Baum, 25%, effective January 17th, 2022. Do we have a motion?
So made.
Motion is by Shelley. Support? The chair supports. Comments or questions?
Please explain this one to me. I don't really get this. I don't capiche any of it.
So we have we usually have a head coach and a varsity coach, or JV, like.
They're sharing responsibilities, yes.
For the head coach position.
Correct.
Is Brady is he the
He
JV?
was the current one temporarily.
Okay. Who does the JV?
I don't understand.
Oh, there's a separate person, okay.
I don't understand why would we do that? Is it?
Due to HIPAA laws,
You can't say? That just seems.
Cindy, I agree with you wholeheartedly, but that's the case. Again. So,
I guess we're able to cover it.
I'm not that kid.
so it's the same money, it's just split 75-25.
Yeah, no, I get that.
for the remaining time from that point till the end of season.
Yeah. Okay. Any other comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay,
Okay.
sorry, Scott, I don't understand.
Okay. Item I. A motion to approve Timothy Nelson's lane change request from MAB plus 40 for semester, BA MA plus 60 for quarter, to MA plus 10, BA plus 50 for semester, and BA MA plus 15, BA plus 75 for a quarter, effective January 24th, 2022. Do we have a motion?
so made.
Motion is by Clarice. Is there a support?
Support.
By Jackie. Okay, any comments or questions?
I'm assuming he's got all his grades and verification all in.
Correct.
And, in the future, can we just, use the semester part of these, because most of your colleges and everything are not on quarters. And it's just split into 2 just for payroll purposes. So just instead of having to go semester and explain a quarter 2, can we just use the semester portion of it?
So Jen, I know we talked about that when we were trying to clean up the language.
So as soon as the new contract is approved, all of the columns are labeled A through whatever. And so we'll just go by the letter from this point forward. At the bottom of it still has this information if we needed it, but.
Thank you.
Yeah,
But I
it'll-
mean, when we're approving on here, we know that, MAM/BA plus 40 semester.
Right,
You can always look, it's the same
yeah,
Thing.
so it'll just reference a move from
order thing.
lane A to lane B or C to D or whatever. It'll streamline the process.
Okay, yeah, that'll help.
I mean, it sounds like it's
Yeah,
got
and that
four
was
different
why we did
pages
that.
here.
It's a lot of words.
This has gotten really messy.
Yeah. My eyes go crossy when I read that. Okay. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second to approve Timothy Nelson's lane change request. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, item J, a motion to approve the hire of Jennifer Showalter for assistant cheerleading coach effective January 24th, 2022. Do we have a motion?
So
By Shelley. Is there a support? Support by Jackie. Comments or questions? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, moving on to administrative business. Item A is a motion to approve the 2022-2023 school calendar. Do we have a motion?
So made.
Motion is by Cindy,
No, Jackie.
Jackie. Okay. Support? Support by Cindy. Comments or questions? Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item B, a motion to rescind MSBA MASA policy 491, vaccination or testing and face coverings.
Support, I'll make a motion.
Motion is by Clarice, is there support?
Support.
By Shelley.
You have to support it because we made the motion,
All right,
original motion.
I didn't think we had to do that. So all will support.
I asked to have checked out today, they didn't get a response.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item C, motion to approve the business services contract between Independent School District number 695, Chisholm Public Schools, and Independent School District number 701, Hibbing Public Schools, in the amount of $10,417 per month, with annual contract settlement increases for year 2 and 3 for the period of August 1st, 2022 through July 1st, 2025. Alex.
Sure, I'll just briefly give you the thought process and where this came from. So last July, at the height of the challenging situation we had, we had a lot more questions than answers, so we just said, let's give Chisholm a really good deal and just do 1 year so we can both kind of get our feet wet, see if it'll even work, and reevaluate, midway through the contract. So fast forward to January, and the superintendent wants some direction going forward so that we don't have another situation like we had last summer. And we took some time and had some conversations to evaluate the workload and look at what is a more sustainable and equitable fee going forward to have a longer term agreement with, longer term stability. And we still want Chisholm School District to save money, of course. But we want it to be just a little more equitable if we're gonna do this on a long-term basis. So there is a sheet like this that I believe everyone has. The set of numbers on the left shows you the cost to hire a business manager and an office assistant, based on numbers, from 2019-20, kind of pre-pandemic, and kind of based where you were paying the previous staff. So I'm sure you did the math. If you hire that, there's still a significant savings for the Chisholm School District based on the contract being presented tonight. The set of numbers on the right, after talking to Superintendent Norman, he said, I don't think we can get people for this. People aren't looking for these jobs right now. Give me a set of numbers, with these higher values to better attract and retain somebody or two people.
And there's 3 current openings right now locally, and there's more than 12 or 14 statewide when I looked on EdPost for business managers. And then we took the rates and kind of averaged them out based on similar sized districts from the numbers that ARC had given us on what the costs were.
And so, obviously, still a significant savings, either whatever scenario you go with. We know that it's a sizable increase, we're not trying to pull anything, we're just trying to make it more equitable and fair so that the partnership works both ways. That's all that is.
The only question I had was, what's the, what contract settlement increases are we looking at? I mean, is it like somebody's contract, like administrative contracts, like what is this be? If they get a 2%, do you guys get a, you know what I'm saying, like what is that based on?
That was the intent, is that whatever the staff increase is, that's what it
The
would be. So,
teachers,
well, the office staff,
Office,
so, the usual 1.5%, 2%, whatever it ends up being.
yeah.
that was my question.
So if we cut Mr. Morrison's pay, does that mean we get a break? Okay, so it's 2%, let's just say it's 2%, but it's 2% for the administrative, whatever the increase for the administrative staff is. Principals, superintendent.
No, the ladies in the office are in their own little unit.
Okay,
4 of them in one little unit, so
yeah,
whatever that increase is.
okay. So we
So
have
that would be
the principal's bargain,
You're referring to the,
I'm sorry,
to HIPPOs.
to our office staff, whatever increase they would realize is what we increase the.
To cover their, I think.
Yeah.
To cover
their
yeah,
increase.
okay,
Cause that's their.
Yeah.
so,
So we'll get, when they negotiate a 2% raise in Hibbing, we will have to pay that 2%.
oh, that's,
That's the
oh,
intent, just to cover any cost increases over the following years.
I understand now, okay, all right. All right. So, any other questions of Alex? Okay, thank you. So I'm looking for a motion to approve the business services contract between Chisholm and Hibbing.
So maybe.
Motion is by Jackie, is there support?
Support.
Support by Cindy. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
I,
I'm gonna agree with Clarice on this one. I'm
Okay.
opposed.
We have 4 ayes and 2 nays. Okay. Okay, so item D on this is a motion to approve salaries of the board members. So I was lucky enough to get a spreadsheet on what other districts' members get paid. And I looked at, for instance, Deer River. Deer River gets, the members get $250 a month for board meetings. Chair gets $350 a month. Wasabi East, they're both the same, they're $250 a month. Greenway is $250 a month For the members, $300 a month for chair. Ely, $660 a month for chair, $250 a month for board members. So, in looking at that,
So
I'm gonna make a proposal up for discussion. What I'm proposing is a salary of $400 a month for the chair for the 2 regular meetings. For every extra meeting, which is a committee meeting, a working session, things like that. Contract negotiations is $25 a meeting. For the members, $350 a month for 2 regular meetings and $25 per extra meeting, as I have indicated. Discussion.
I don't even know what we get now.
I was just gonna say that, so
And now, I got this. What we get now is the chair is $325 for 2 meetings. Members get $250 for 2 meetings and $25 a month for each additional meeting. Discussion.
I think the chair can get $375 a month and the board members should get $350 and everybody gets $25 a month for extra meetings.
I think, can we afford it? That's what I say, otherwise I say just leave it to it.
I understand that we can. I would have never suggested anything if it was told to me, hey, don't do that because.
Yeah.
That's the point. So what we've had to do, and again, all of you are aware, we've made decisions and things on stuff that's ridiculous that we shouldn't have to make. We've got more decisions to make in the future, and our time is valuable too. Everybody's time is valuable. So the question is, how much is it worth? How much is it worth to interrupt your day and come here? How much is it worth to stay till 8, 9 o'clock at night and make decisions? And they're coming. So I guess for me, it's not about what's fair. I think we deserve this.
If
Shelley.
you're coming in to just have a meeting with Adrian, is that $25? It's not,
Committee meetings.
just committee.
So if you're on the Principals Negotiation Committee, that's $25.
Isn't there a limit though? We get so many meetings and then,
Anything over 5.
oh, then you don't.
Which is kind of a lot.
Yeah, I did. I mean,
If we only have 1 committee meeting, 2 board meetings and a committee meeting, there's no extra pay. It has to be over 5 meetings or more a month.
Oh, for the 25 to kick in.
I'm okay with Beth getting $50 more. I mean, he does run it here all the time, you know, for not the you know what I mean? Just not a committee, but just you're constantly here. And you're retired, kind of.
Okay. So I'm gonna call the motion and ask for motion on $400 a month for chair for 2 regular meetings and $350 a month for 2 regular meetings for board members.
Can I make a suggestion? Can we do it per meeting instead? Because that way, if you're not here for the meeting, you don't get paid. So this way, if we say,
So,
350 divided by 2 is 175.
Yeah.
okay, so
I like
per
that.
meeting,
So
okay.
200
Yeah.
or 175 per meeting.
Mm-hmm.
That way, if you're here for both meetings, you get paid
200 per
for
regular
each
meeting.
meeting you show up.
I thought it was like that.
No,
Yeah.
well, I think they go by
we're paid
our thing,
by
and
the
if-
month.
Right, and if we don't have, they go by this, if we're not here for one of them, then they deduct that.
Well, yeah, but this way, if we just say
Yeah,
it's so much
yeah,
per
yeah,
meeting,
that's fine.
regular
That's
meeting
fine
a
with
month.
me.
That makes sense.
Fine with
Yeah,
me.
it does, okay.
It's a little easier to
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Okay, so I will
And then
enter,
how do you wanna calculate that extra meeting a month, committee meeting? Do we have to have so many meetings, or is it
I think
gonna
it should
just
be any
be
meeting we come here for. I don't think it should be 5 and then we can
Every
start
meeting.
getting paid.
every
Well,
meeting?
that's still our
every
time.
meeting, and the point of it is,
You know, when gas is going to be $4 a gallon or whatever.
so if we have 3 working sessions in a month, which
And
is
now we're coming
conceivable.
every other week. for
Now it's all
agenda
coming, and if we have
A
a,
4-hour meeting the other night, that was
if we have
ridiculous.
a personnel committee, if we have
That's a full day's work.
and all of this other stuff, so whether it lasts 3 hours or 25 minutes, it'll balance out. you
Yeah,
know, it
that's
will.
what I
So
think too.
I think $25 per
Extra
extra meeting.
Mhm.
Okay? So, okay, let's see, I'll entertain a motion to amend this. For the chair, $200 per meeting for regular board meetings. If you do not attend, you do not get the stipend.
Mhm.
$175 per meeting for the members, for 2 regular meetings. If you do not attend, you don't get the stipend. And for all of us, it's $25 per extra meeting. Okay,
And is that starting this month or next month?
it'll be February.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be
Well, it
February,
was supposed to be January.
but it'll be February. So I will entertain that motion. Do we have a motion?
So made.
Motion is by Clarice. Is there a support?
Support.
Support by Shelley. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, thank you. Item E, a motion to approve the corporate authorization resolutions for school district depositories. Item 1 is Park State Bank.
Alex, was one of these you needed to address as a procedural?
As what?
A procedural? There was a way
The
that,
next one.
the next one? Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, motion to approve the corporate authorization resolutions for school district depositories. Number 1 is Park State Bank. Number 2 is Minnesota Liquid Asset Fund. Number 3 is PMA Financial Network. And number 4 is US Bank. Do we have a motion to approve those authorizations? Motion by Cindy. Is there a support?
I'll support, do we have to do them individually with that resolution, or we can do them all together?
They're just separate contracts.
Yeah, it's just separate
But
contracts.
do we have to take a roll on this motion between the resolutions? No.
Okay, so support by, or motion by Cindy, support by Jackie. Any discussion?
Is it, I noticed it says Park State Bank in Hibbing. Why not Chisholm?
I think Hibbing is the main bank.
Actually, I think
Well, it's always been in Chisholm before, but it was American Bank.
Yeah, that was probably just oversight, but it doesn't have to be Chisholm. It's easier for us to get that bank, but
Well, I mean, because well, I suppose because we had to bring the deposits there, so we weren't gonna run to Hibbing, we always run them up here.
yeah.
So who brings money? Does anyone from here bring money to the bank, or would we have to run now to Hibbing to bring the money to the bank, or well, it can be still brought here?
It can be brought to any of the branches.
I think the main branch is out of Hibbing.
I think that's the main.
Doesn't matter where
Yeah.
it is, cause you could, could be maybe in Calumet, like American Bank used to be, you didn't have to run to Calumet.
So I was gonna
for
say
it.
that, I thought the main office was actually
Yeah.
that little building in Calumet,
Okay.
main address to this.
All right,
Okay.
go ahead.
So we have a motion and a second to approve the corporate authorization resolutions for the school district depositories. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item F, a motion to approve the notifications to broker certificates and certification by broker for PMA Securities LLC and PFM Asset Management LLC. And the broker certificates certification are listed below. So do we have a motion?
So made.
Motion by Clarice, is there a support?
Support.
Support by Shelley. Any discussion?
Well, so apparently in prior years, this was a motion as it's written and then listed below were 403B vendors for retirement accounts. And me and Lisa went back and forth on this, and those are two unrelated things. I'm not sure why it was ever like that. So we just took those retirement vendors off there, which you're already approving it in the contract because it's in the teacher's contract. So we just cleaned that up a little bit. So that's why that looks different than it has in the past. Does that make sense?
If they're not related, it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I recognize all of these companies and that's what we've used in the past. And like at the last board meeting, I didn't know what they were, so.
Yeah, if you're looking for your 403B vendors, they're all in there already.
Yeah, okay.
Clean up later.
All right, so we have a motion and a second to approve the notifications to broker certificates for these companies down here. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, item G. A motion to approve the collective bargaining agreement between ISD number 695 and Education Minnesota Chisholm Local 1276 for the periods of July 1, 2021 through June 30th, 2023, and July 1, 2023 to June 30th, 2025. Do we have a motion? Motion by Shelley. Is there support? Support by Cindy. Any discussion? A fair agreement. I agree with that.
Thank you for doing the red. It's very nice. When you're looking at the changes, I think those are lane changes.
Okay, thank you very much. So we have a motion and a second to approve the contract between the teachers and the district. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
I feel like we should clap.
Oh, well, yeah,
I'm so happy.
Good work, good work.
okay. So that's that. Item H is a motion to approve the addition to Schedule C professional development compensation. And that was in your packet. Do we have a motion? Motion by Jackie. Is there support? Support by Shelley. Comments or questions?
Well, I guess the comment is, the reason that this is coming up is because of several additional trainings that the teachers are going to because of new curriculum, that's coming in, new software, things like that, so it's, you know, it's gonna be to help compensate, it's gonna help compensate them for that time they're putting now to learn the system. You know, that's kind of why it came up.
Yeah.
After we had done, this is my understanding
Yeah.
of the request, so it seemed reasonable.
Any other discussion? Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, moving on to discussion. I want to just kind of show you. What I put together here. Let me find it. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna do a 6-month evaluation on the superintendent. And there's a couple of different ways we can do this. I guess, for me, I'll just throw in what I think. We have this form here. And I discovered. And it's from the MSBA, and it's from our policy book. And it's superintendent evaluation form. So what I'd like to do is, I'd like to just kind of pass this around. And you can look at all 3 pages, but what it does is it groups, there's different groups or subjects. And then you rate the superintendent 1 to 5, 1 being horrible, 5 being you can't get any better. And then I would actually prefer doing that. I've also done this, and I'll pass this way. This is out of MSBA's manual. And there's 7 categories there, and they advise us to pick 3. So we can do that, pick 3, and then we print off the evaluation forms from those 3 areas. If that's what you guys want, we can do that.
Are you suggesting doing a combination of both or just one or the other?
I'd like to do one or the other
Yeah,
because
okay, I was gonna say, I don't know how
what
much.
they're, what they're saying is if you evaluate the superintendent, you pick 3 things, 3 or 4
This one
things.
seems pretty straightforward.
Well, and again, you know, I understand it. We want to make life very
simple.
simple.
And it covers a lot of areas.
It does. So we evaluate him, the 6-month eval, stay with that. And then at the end of the year, in July, thereabouts, we evaluate him on 3 other areas. So it's 3 and 3, things like that. So I would suggest that for this one, the simpler form. And as we're moving forward, we evaluate him for his year end. You know, we'll figure something else out by June and go from there. So what's gonna end up happening is at the next board meeting, I will have copies made for all of you on the evaluation. And we will hand them out to you. And then you evaluate Adrian. And then I will total the evaluation and average them out. And then Adrian can have either a closed meeting or an open meeting to discuss his evaluation, okay? And then at a board meeting after that, the results of the evaluation will be given to the public. And so they know what we think how he's doing and things like that. So what I'd like to entertain at some point is we need to establish some goals for Adrian. 3 of them, say 3 goals. And, you know, if you think there's something that he needs to improve on, if you think there's something that you'd like to see done that isn't done right now, you know, things like that. So I think when we do that, then we hand the goals to Adrian and then we monitor those goals. And then at the end of the year's evaluation for next year, we see how we did. So I would like to see if we could come to the next board meeting with goals. So we can, and we'll narrow them down. I mean, I think maybe everybody has different ideas, but we'll figure those things out. So we're gonna use this. Life is better and easier.
Can we
And I
get
will-
a copy of that now,
Huh?
or can we get a copy of that now?
Or just always email it to us.
Just
I mean,
email it
yeah.
to us?
I mean, if we can, we can run copies, Lisa, if you would. and then hand them out to the members. And we'll go from there.
Well, I kind
Or
of,
we could just have them emailed.
yeah.
I just need an emailed copy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of think to start with that is nice, because if you pick 3 sections here, then you come back and you have 3 different ones, and so then it's really, I think it's a little more difficult to track
agree.
and monitor the,
I agree, because
progress a little
you know,
bit.
MSBA tries to make things a little bit overbearing.
I think something to think about for the next meeting too, and just I'm throwing out there because this is my pet peeve with evaluations, surveys, all the other garbage that, you know how much I love it. How to monitor, what kind of process or procedure we're gonna do to monitor, and not just say that we're gonna monitor these goals. You know, like what are we, you know, how are we gonna do that, what kind of benchmarks are we gonna like wanna set and stuff. I just think people might, if we kind of maybe think creatively, maybe we can come up with some easy, you know, just ways to be like, okay, we wanna check in on this,
So in
or,
other words, let's stay on top of it.
So,
or
We're
I
gonna
feel,
go through this whole thing, let's
or I
make sure
feel
we stay
like,
on top of it.
many things that
Follow
we do
through.
with surveys and stuff, it's a waste.
so if we set 3 goals
That's
for
just
a
my
year,
personal bias against
and
those
for
things.
each goal, we could say achieved,
In progress.
in progress, failed, or.
You mean the 6 month and another 6 months?
Yeah, after we kind of like.
So these goals that we're setting is gonna be for next year. For 2022, 2023, when we got a lot of things working. So just let's come up with some, and then we'll go from there. You know, don't say we're gonna increase our student enrollment by 100,000 kids.
Strategic plan, yeah. that's a
Okay.
good one.
So Lisa, if we could get copies of this for the members and,
Or you can email it to me too.
Me too.
or email, whichever you wanna do. And then, bring your evaluations back to the next board meeting, which is in February. Okay,
Can I, before our meeting's over and being that we're still under discussion, Adrian, I hate to put you on the spot like this, normally I wouldn't do it. But I've had a couple of families from the district come to me confused. What is our current protocol for quarantining? I know that we're still sticking to the 1 in class, mask, anything more than 3. But with the current CDC guidance, it's unvaccinated or vaccinated, it's 5 days quarantine followed by 5-day masking. So what is our district doing? Because I recently had a family say that the only way they were allowed to come back in our district was they were told they had to show a negative test, and I've never heard of us forcing that upon families.
No, I don't believe that to be true. It is updated and posted on our website, and it aligns with what you just shared.
Okay,
And it references the CDC, so
Correct.
as that changed, then it referenced.
I just want it publicly out there so people can go back and listen to the end of this meeting and.
And I'm not trying to pass it off. I
Yep.
always say I want one point of communication, and it's Nancy, and I direct them to her, so it's not Mark saying something, I'm saying something,
And we
Jeff.
appreciate
And so-
that very much.
Then we get one message at all times, so. yeah.
Okay, thank you.
okay, information, we have our enrollment numbers and they're in your packet. Kind of holding our own. So, any other information or business from members? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion by Shelley, support by Jackie. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 5:57.
A little bit.